Okay, so we have a real-world example, electricity. So the diagram shows three parallel resistors. If R is the equivalent resistance of the three resistors, then we have 1 divided by R is equal to 1 over R1 plus 1 over R2 plus 1 over R3. In this circuit, R1 is twice the resistance of R2 and R3 is equal to 20 ohms. Suppose the equivalent resistance is equal to 10 ohms, find R1 and R2. So we're going to solve this in the same way as we did with our rational equation. So we're going to look for the lowest common denominator. So the first thing we need to do is write out our equations to what we have. So if it's equal R1, so we're going to make this, so this is 1/10, and then we're told that the resistance is twice of R2, so R2, this is twice, and then we have R2, and we're told that R3 is equal to 20 ohms. So we have R is 10, R1 is 2R2, and R3 is 20. So we're going to subtract 1 over 20 from both sides. So we'll have 1 over 10 minus 1 over 20. And this will be 1 over 2R squared plus 1 over R2. And then our 1/20th is going to go from this side. So a tenth is going to be 2 over 20 minus 1 over 20. That's just going to leave 1 over 20. And this is equal to 1 over 2R2 plus 1 over R2. So now we're going to find our lowest common denominator. So if you're looking at we will find that we have our lowest common denominator. So we have 20, we have 2R2, and we have R2. So our lowest common denominator is going to be 20R2, and we're going to multiply everything through by 20R2. So 1 over 20 multiplied by 20R2 is 1 divided by 2R2, and we're going to multiply this by 20R2. And then we have 1 multiplied by 20R2, and this is divided by R2. So now we're going to simplify where we can. So our 20s will cancel. So 2R2 will go into this 10 times. And R2 will go into this once. So if we multiply what we have, we've got 1 times R2. So that's just going to be R2. And then we have 1 times 10, it's just going to be 10. And then we have 1 times 20, which is just going to be 20. So R2 will be 30 ohms. Now the question also asks us to find R1. So if we're told R1 is equal to twice the resistance of R2, R1 is going to be 2 times 30, because we know that R2 is 30. So R1 will be 60 ohms.